Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We're back for some more F1 24 driver career mode for round number 20 of 24, ready for the Mexican Grand Prix around the Hermanos Mexico City. Let's just call it. I forgot the name of the circuit, but yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. If you don't check out the last video, please go check that out below. It was around the Austin, well, the United States, and spoiler alert, it was a rage quitted, and for obvious reasons, because I was just not happy. But as we move forward to Mexico, we really are going to need some big results here, because again, we are slowly catching up to Aston in the championship, and this is a weekend where we really need to capitalize on as much points as we can get. But we also have a regulation change coming. Like I said, we still have not had our third and final meeting yet with Mercedes, so eventually when we get that figured out, we'll see what goes on. But coming into this weekend, it's going to be a completely dry race, which is pretty good. It's always good to have a dry race. And heading into qualifying shortly, it should be a good one. So hoping for some excitement. Car feels really good around here. And honestly, I don't really have any complaints. This track, again, it's been my best friend sometimes, but not all the time. But we're going to see what's going to happen. Let's get ready for qualifying here around Mexico City.
What an atmosphere we've got. The fans have been here since dawn, and the stadium, the Faro Sol, is absolutely heaving. We're about to get set the grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix. It's qualifying day here in Mexico City.
And here we are in the pit lane, ready for qualifying here. Like I said, I mean, I felt really good around here. We did some practice laps, and we did one quali trim, and honestly, the car feels pretty good in the one lap's pace, which is pretty strong because really been struggling a lot to get a one lap in. But overall, the car feels good, the race pace feels good, everything feels good about this car. And like I said, we got some pretty good speed in the straight line with obviously the upgrades that we've been putting on this car. Max is at 115.9, that should be beatable. I was a bit worried to see if the AI were going to be pretty rapid in the straights. They're not really, which is pretty good. I can keep up with them, which is a positive because the AI have been really stupid recently, and that just sums up F1 24 in 2 words, is this game has been poop. But anyways, as we come down into the stadium section of this point, this is where I'm kind of losing a little bit of time, and it's just mainly getting the foot flat to the floor through here, and it's very easy to kind of just spin the car and lose it. So thankfully we got that hooked up, and we come across checkered flag. Now that is a 115.2. This puts us P4, so we're ahead of Sainz. We're behind Perez and Russell, but we're not far off, which is pretty good. And we go out for another run. A couple other guys came out, but so far we are P7, so we are safe into Q2, which honestly is quite a shocker because we've been pretty close to getting eliminated in Q2 a couple times this season. But yeah, about a 10th up now as we approach the stadium section of this circuit. And like I said, hopefully to find some more time. We did set a purple sector 2, which is pretty strong, and sector 2 really is kind of the strongest point for me as well, mainly because this car is flat out through that part of the track, but I feel like the AI, they don't go flat out. But now 4/10, almost 5/10 up at this point. We are safe into Q2, but I want to set this lap anyways to see where this is going to put us here. And we come across checkered flag now. That was a lap, and that's actually good enough for P2. So on the front row so far provisionally, that's pretty good. I never get wrong with a front row, and it's not pole position, but hey, it's a front row. That's all that matters. So not far off Lando. Lando with a 114.7. We set a 114.781, and just ahead of Piastri and Verstappen. Gasly sitting P5, so Gasly's having a good weekend as well. Looks like Ferrari are a bit struggling, same as Mercedes and Red Bull. Sergio Perez basically at this point in composition, but there's your bottom 5 that are out: Zhou Guanyu, Daniel Ricciardo, Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, and Nico Hulkenberg. So that's your bottom 5. Bottas just snuck in by about a good 10th, maybe, at least. And yeah, so Q2, and we saw the Stroll and Fernando. They're a little bit low down the grid, so this kind of maybe could benefit us a little bit as we head into Q2. We did use a used set of tires, that's why we were a bit off the pace. They did predict some rain coming, which I feel like is a glitch, but at the same time I take that seriously. So this was actually in the middle of Q2, so this should be our only run. This was on a new set of tires. We used the used set originally, and through the first sector, wasn't really that good through turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, but getting off the exit and approaching this part of the track, took way too much curb on that inside and really got compromised through there. Take as much curb on this outside, turn right through here. No oversteer, no understeer. Thankfully, we made that through clean. And like I said, this part right here, it's flat out mainly in quality, which is pretty good. And yet this track still has been updated because this corner right here, that's not how that corner is in real life. But AEA, maybe just figure that out. Cody's, someone, please. But now, approach through here, purple sector 2 again, so that's really strong. And through the stadium section, this is going to be where we really are going to try to find the most time. And as I slowly build up time through the lap, I was able to find more confidence on getting on the throttle there a little bit. Now, when the tires do wear out, it's kind of a bit difficult. But come across checkered flag now, it's actually going to put us P5 at 114.871. So I think that was identical to what we set in Q2, if I'm not mistaken. And but yeah, that is safe for Q3. So we're into Q3. 3/10 off Max. Gasly snuck in P9, and well, both the no, actually, Stroll made it through. Alonso's out. So, and another shocker, Lewis Hamilton's also out in Q2. And then Tsunoda, Bottas, and I forgot who else they were out as well. But Q3 only did one run, and this is the run that mainly matters. So we saved our best for last, I guess you could say. New set of tires completely, and well, this should easily, I think this could easily be a dark horse for maybe pole position if we get everything right through here. But 55.774 through the middle sector, or that was the time that we got in that part. And we now approach the last sector here. It's gonna be crucial to see where this is gonna sit us here. It's pretty good. It's not anything purple, but it's actually a decent lap. We come across checkered flag now. Where is this gonna sit us here? And it's gonna sit us P2. P2, and that I believe should be it for qualifying. And I think that's gonna be P2 on the grid. And yes, it is. It's not P2. It's P3. My mistake. So P3, 2/10 off Verstappen and a 10th off Leclerc. So I will take that. Thank you. That was not a bad lap. Like I said, I felt really good around here. I've always been strong around Mexico, to be fair. But yeah, that was a really good lap. Just got the track, the car really dialed up with this track, which was really good because you know we really need this, and we really need some strong weekends. But yeah, that felt really good. But yeah, let's see what we can do in the race here. I think we can slowly challenge for the win.
Bienvenidos to the most populous city in North America. The legendary Jim Clark won the first official F1 race back in 1963 here, and we've had a veritable who's who of winners ever since. It's Mexico City, and therefore the Mexico City Grand Prix. At 2,285 meters above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners then make a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit, expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and overtaking into the braking zones of Turn 1 and Turn 4. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Cowboy completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Gasly, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Hamilton, Albon, Perez, Bottas, Joe, Ricciardo, Sargent, Tsunoda, Magnussen, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y, or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Welcome to the grid, P2, and well, that actually put us P2 because Verstappen took another grid penalty, which I feel like he took one last race in Austin, or no, Austin. Yeah, he took one in Austin, I believe, as well. I forgot. I thought he DNF'd in the race, and I thought the sprint races count as the quali kind of position. But anyways, 36 laps. Like I said, this track really is gonna be managing these tires and getting the tires in the right window. Now the hard tires, they don't really want to work around here. The soft tires are a lot stronger than this. The soft tires are overall better at Mexico City. I've always seemed like the hard tires never really do anything. But if we're doing the one stop, everybody else will be doing that one stop. It was really tempting to go to the soft tire, but I think we're going to play it safe and just do the strategy that we did with everybody else. But 36 laps here around Mexico City. I don't think anybody's won for pole position ever from this Grand Prix, but here we go, 5 red lights, and we're now underway for the Mexican Grand Prix, and we get a horrendous start. Lando Norris with a tremendous start. He moves up into P1 already in the first lap. Charles Leclerc also side by side, but we're going to come into this battle. It's 3 abreast behind us, 6 abreast behind back. It is a great battle getting out turn number 1. Leclerc and Norris side by side. Here comes, I believe that is George Russell around the outside. We give Russell just enough space on the inside. Russell backs out of that. Thankfully, Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris fight for P1, and we capitalize and we stay ahead of George Russell for P3. Russell really puts the pressure on me through here, and now following through the middle sector of this track. Norris leads ahead of Leclerc, me, Russell, and Pierre Gasly. So Gasly's having a pretty good start to the race so far, which is pretty good, and I feel like we kind of need that because, you know, we need some strong results here with Aston Martin catching Aston Martin in the championship. But Norris absolutely flying so far in the opening laps, same as Charles Leclerc, but we've actually pulled almost 6 tenths ahead of George Russell. We are using a little bit more battery than the AI, and we are slowly catching up to them, which is pretty good. We do need this, and through this part right here, like I said, slowly building their confidence. I know that's where we're really losing a lot of time, but as we go later into this race, I think we'll build it. We'll get a lot better. But Norris has fastest lap 2 now. Leclerc all over the gearbox of Lando Norris at this point, so Norris's pace is not really that strong in the opening lap. He had a good start, which is not really realistic because he has horrible starts in real life, but he got a good start, and Leclerc capitalized on Norris having, you know, him staying ahead because he could sit in the slipstream. And through this part right here, Lando Norris is kind of vulnerable to Charles Leclerc. Leclerc's got the DRS. We're not even close really to Leclerc. We're almost about a second off from them. George Russell, he's got DRS as well. Gasly about 1 second behind, but here comes Charles Leclerc around the outside of Lando Norris. They're side by side. They make a little bit of contact through turn 1, then through turn 2 and turn 3. Lando's got the inside. We capitalize on that. They're side by side, and through right here, Norris got a horrendous exit. He doesn't get DRS, though. We get the DRS, so we're going to get around Lando Norris, and that moves us up into P2, but Norris goes right back around the outside. He's got the inside line through here, and he makes a little bit of contact. He touches the inside curve a little bit, and he's still got the inside battle. This battling is still going on for P2 in this race. Lando backs out of that one. That lost us quite a bit of time because Charles Leclerc was able to capitalize on us. But man, what a battle so far in this race. And on lap 5 now, choo-choo all aboard the DRS train. Charles Leclerc is leading the train and ahead of everybody else right here. We had a sneaky little look, but we weren't close enough. And like I said, all aboard this choo-choo train because that's what it's going to be around this place. It is a train track, and Leclerc is leading. He is the engineer of this train. And well, he is the engineer. So we go down the inside of Charles Leclerc, and we lock up the front brakes a little bit, but we get around Leclerc. I felt like we take the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix, but I was like, okay, well, let's get around him. Let's see how strong the pace really is at this point through the race and see if we can capitalize any later on that. But we get around Leclerc, and we take the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix. Now, we do have to kind of watch out because Leclerc is going to get some DRS through here and the main straight. So, again, if we maybe do some DRS sharing, we can maybe extend the gap. And we all know what to do when DRS sharing, because DRS sharing will just help you pull away from everybody else. So that will be crucial. But we also need to watch out for Lando Norris as well. But with Russell and Gasly behind us as well, I don't think Norris is going to be a threat to get around us at most, because he's in this train obviously, but he's not close enough. The only threat I feel like who's going to be, let's say, passing each other is, I think it's just going to be me and Charles. But Leclerc gets right back around us. He's able to stay close with us, so I think we're just going to kind of sit back here and let it happen, but I kind of forget what happens here. I think we just sit behind Leclerc, and I think, no, we're going to go around the outside of Charles Leclerc. We're having a fight for the lead of the Grand Prix already, and this DRS sharing is not really going to work because Lando's just going to capitalize on us. We get around Leclerc. We retake the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix, and Leclerc didn't really get that good of an exit. Lando Norris now all over the back of him, but he's not close enough on lap 9 now. There goes Leclerc once again, and he just gets right back around us. So DRS sharing coming into play, not really pulling anything gap though because Russell's able to stay with Norris. So all aboard that. But yeah, look at this train that this train is creating on lap 9. I mean, I think that is basically the whole top 10, and the Astons are at the end of that train, and I believe the Red Bulls and maybe the Mercedes also, and then you got the back markers, basically the B team. They're kind of back there as well, so kind of watch out for them. I believe that is Sergio Perez, or that might be one of the RBs in that train, or that might be Perez. I don't know, but lap 13 now, and Alonso has an issue, and this is the 100th time Fernando Alonso has had a DNF. When is this man going to catch a break? This obviously helps us out a lot because we can pull away from that championship lead. That is one of the Red Bulls going around, so that is someone. And, well, that helped us out a lot. And now going into this midfield pack, there's Daniel Ricciardo in the back of that pack. Not like he really matters anyways because he's going to replace after Singapore. But anyways, Leclerc, update on the race. Pit window is about to open in a couple laps. We're still staying with Leclerc, obviously, and Alonso with that DNF has kind of made our hopes a little bit better because, well, we were able to, let's say, just, maybe we're just a little bit happy to kind of get some more points in the championship. If where we stand right now, I think we're going to get a big game. But on lap 16, it is time for the pit stops, and pit window has opened, and we're going to go to the hard tire. Soft tires are really tempting, but the softs will not make it to the end. We'll be needed to stop for the softs at the end. I mean, hell, if we had a red flag, then hell yeah, I would do that, but not trying to get held up too much in the pit lane. We need to get ahead of Lando Norris, so I think we get ahead of Lando Norris in the pit lane. Charles Leclerc also, well, he got ahead fairly good, so I feel like he was getting held up. But, a little bit close to Leclerc, but he was able to get the power through here quickly. But we got an issue here because, well, Sargent was catching up, but he actually backed off, so that was pretty good. I thought he was going to be a threat to kind of overtake us because with that overspeed that he got coming out the last corner, but he did not, so that's actually pretty good. But hard tires are now on, and well, like I said, I don't know what compound, I don't know if it's the softest or the hardest compound around here, but like I said, the hard tires, they do not feel great. That's all I'm going to say. They feel very, very, very crappy, and we're really seeing the difference of what the hard tire is compared to the mediums. And like I said, I don't really feel that good, and Leclerc is pulling a decent gap so far. And like I said, I don't really got anything now on the hard tires. I'm really struggling at this point through the race, and Leclerc is absolutely on a, he's turned the engine up, or he's turned the jets on because he's pulling a rapid gap. Sargent thankfully is holding up Lando Norris, which is actually pretty good, but Leclerc is kind of gone, so the hope for the win maybe is not in the cards yet, but it's still not over yet. There's still a good amount of laps left to go. There's about 16 laps remaining in this Grand Prix, 16 laps, but cross pit exit, that is Sainz coming out the pit exit, same as George Russell as well, so Sainz gets right around us on lap 18, but he's actually going to be a threat from Lando. Here comes Lando. And McLaren versus Ferrari heading down into turn 1. Who's going to get it? Look, Sainz down the inside, Norris around the outside, make a little bit of contact, and Lando gets right back around us. No, there goes Sainz again. So, and Sainz gets around him, and that swabbling did not help them out. And we actually get a 3-second time penalty for too many warnings. So, well, we now are really in the bin because all those track limit advantages we took have now really shafted us in the bin. So now we're really screwed at this point through the Grand Prix. And here comes Carlos Sainz. He's turned the brakes up as well. So Ferrari have really came alive on the hard tire compared to us on the hards, and we're really struggling. But the guy behind us, the guy in 5th place, is someone to worry about. That is Max Verstappen. And Pierre Gasly, he doesn't even, Gasly's pace doesn't even seem to be that good either because he's way behind off the pace as well. But lap 22. Leclerc is almost pulled about 5 seconds ahead of us, so he is absolutely flying on the hard tires compared to us, where we're really struggling now. And I don't really got any pace, and Sainz now, through this part, He's going to get the DRS. He's easily going to get around us. There's no point of defending this at this point. We're not going to get the podium. Now at this point we just have to kind of survive and stay ahead of them for 3 seconds. But Sainz gets right around us. Here's Gasly holding off the Flying Dutchman of Max Verstappen, and Verstappen's going to be all over the back of him here for a minute. I think Verstappen's going to get him. He goes around the outside of Pierre Gasly. They're side by side. Who's going to be last in the brakes? Verstappen goes around the outside. Gasly fights the inside line, but Verstappen gets right ahead. Gasly's still thinking about it, but he backs off. And Verstappen now in clean air. So Verstappen can now kind of see what his pace is to us and see what happens. But Gasly's now really falling off like a rock. He's now behind George Russell as well. So we have been exposed. This car really got exposed really bad. And I'm pushing at this point. Well, I'm going to have to push anyways because I got to pull 3 seconds and I got to stay ahead. That's another track limits warning. I forgot we kind of burnt through all 3. Like I said, I mean, these curves, they're not really that bad. But through some parts of the track, you know, you think you don't go over the white line, but you do, and it's like, oh well. And corner cutting is pretty common around here as well. Some drivers take too much curve, some drivers don't. Kind of all depends. But Verstappen has knocked on the door and said, hey, I want P3. And well, at this point I'm willing to give it to him because, well, we can't really defend, and we also got a time penalty. So at this point it's just surviving for points, and that's going to be crucial. So we'll let Verstappen get around us here for tactics. And, well, not tactics, because he just forgets how to fucking drive. Sorry for the F-bomb, but he forgets how to drive, and he just completely, he just got right around us. So that's tough. Thanks, Max. I appreciate that. And Max is gone, and the tactic was to get around him to mainly get DRS off him, and fortunately that did not happen. So that really sucks. But down the inside, George Russell, he's now looking around for a battle, and well, he might get that if he keeps it going. So George, you're welcome, because I'm really struggling at this point through the race. And lap 28 now. Here comes Russell. Lando Norris going to get around us here. We've really fallen off like a cliff, and we really got exposed here through this Grand Prix. Look at Pierre Gasly. He's not even having that strong of a race as well. So he was having a strong race, but we were really vulnerable here. And here comes Russell, but we're still kind of hanging on tight. I don't know why we're doing this. We should just let Russell go, but I don't think he was close enough. I don't think he lasted too close. And well, if we could just stay a gap, because I think that gap to Gasly is about 4 or 5 seconds, so that's actually a decent gap. But if we can hang on, that would be crucial, because, well, we just need to hang on at this point, because who knows what's really going to happen. But Russell and Norris, they get fairly close through here, and coming down this main straight, they're absolutely going to just eat us up alive like a seagull. So we're cooked, I guess you could say. We're cooked, chat, as I say in my Twitch streams. But there goes Russell. Norris is next up. Not Leclerc. Leclerc's leading. Norris gets around us, and they're having... Oh, I thought Norris was going to go around the outside. Oh, I've almost had a little bit of a moment there. Locked up the rear brakes and almost lost the car completely. But, yep, there's Gasly. 3 seconds. So maybe if we could just try to stay in the DRS, we could pull a gap to Gasly. I don't know. But lap 31... Well, it's not getting any better because the pace has just dropped off even more. And, well, look at this. I mean, fast forwarding the clip a little bit. Norris is ahead, but Piastri, he's catching. And Piastri is slowly catching. And on lap 33 now, we fast forward the clip as well. Piastri actually got around us, so he's got around us once again. And I think that was a fairly easy move for Piastri, because again, you can't really defend much on the outside, and for obvious reasons. So makes it tough, obviously. But Piastri around us, and well, now we're out the points because, well, we don't got anything. And what I mean by we don't got anything is we don't got no speed. We got a time penalty. That train ends up to about P12. We're cooked. Red flag, safety car, please, red flag, something. I need something to happen, because we we've been exposed. The Alpine has been exposed to all its weaknesses here, and why do you think I'm trying to leave this team at the end of the year? But we try our best. We keep going. We got to finish this race strong. At this point, Stroll's not really going to get many points, but Gasly really is just, he doesn't got anything as well, so it's just, we've just been exposed here in this Mexican Grand Prix. Here comes Lance Stroll, and at this point, I'm just gonna defend for my life at this point. If I could just back them up, or maybe just do something, that would be crucial. Maybe help my teammate at this point. Maybe play the team game and just don't let Stroll get around us. Maybe hold him up the entire race. But we defend the inside line, and we take way too much curb. We took way too much curb. We're almost losing the car. We caught the save, and that did not help at the end of the day. We've lost, and there goes our points. Points are now gone. We just witnessed we just witnessed all our points go bye-bye. Everything went bye-bye. And, well, there goes. There goes that train. And, well, now we're really cooked. And now we're even more cooked because Albon has... Let's leave this man. This man's flying on the racetrack too. So, I don't know if it's me or what, but we have fallen off the pace. The pace here is really bad. And, well, this race has just gone to crap. Not for Charles Leclerc, though. He's going to come around checking flag now. Leclerc is going to win the Mexican Grand Prix for Ferrari. It's a Ferrari 1-2 here. That's not 1-2. No, Verstappen breaks up the party, and he gets P2, and that should secure him the championship, I believe. But we come across checking flag now, and unfortunately, it's going to be P13. Albon got around us. There's no point even showing the clip. It's embarrassing. But, yeah, at this point, what can you do? I can't do anything.
And so the celebrations begin, and well-earned they are indeed. It might have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level at the very top is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. And Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
So, Charles Leclerc wins the Mexican Grand Prix ahead of Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. So, Leclerc was a hated man here last year when he took out Sergio Perez. He's now going to be loved by the fans because, well, he won the race and they didn't get to see their home hero win. Sergio Perez really struggled in this Grand Prix as well. He got P10, P9, I believe, at the end of the day. And, well, for my side, I don't even know really what to say. I mean, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to say at this point because I try to do something right and I try a strategy and I can't do anything. So it's poopy. That's all I'm gonna say. Gasly, he got P7, so at least Pierre got something out of it. Stroll kind of fell off the rock at the end of the race, but yeah, I'm disappointed. I mean, maybe that penalty didn't really help either. I mean, hell, if we didn't get that penalty, it probably would have been a different game of just defending and staying alive. But that penalty, like I said, I mean, this first season with strict corner cutting rules, I mean, again, as much as the FIA and everybody else is like, oh, track limits is stupid and all that, I mean, the rules are clear. You got to stay within the white lines, and we didn't stay in the white lines today, and that's what cost us points. So it's unlucky, but you take this race and you focus on to the next one, and we're focused on and we're ready for, I believe we're ready for, I think the next race is Brazil. So we got another sprint, 2 more sprints left to go, and well, at this point we can just kind of see what we can do. Like I said, I mean, we got some tracks I think are going to suit us here, and like I said, we're pretty good in the straights. I think Vegas will be a good track for us. I think Qatar, I'm going to say maybe Abu Dhabi could be a bit of a struggle, but I think we got some good tracks coming up. Brazil, I think Brazil will be a strong track for us. I really think Brazil will be good. It's one of my favorite tracks. I think Brazil is probably one of everybody's favorite tracks in the game. I could be wrong. But, yeah, I mean, at this point here, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, anyways, let's talk about this real quick. Verstappen wins the championship. He wins in the first season of F1 24 driver career. Verstappen wins. Leclerc, now it's just a fight for P2 between Leclerc and Norris, and maybe, it's just between those two, but still P10 in the championship. But that points tally at the front for P5 has got to slowly come down, so we're going to need some big results here. But Hamilton is, he's pulling away. We got 86 points to the name, but Hamilton's pulled away because of our antics and stuff this season, which cost us points. But yeah, at this point, the charge is on for P5, and that's all we really care about. So we need some really good results from Gasly and for me, because I gotta get my my stuff figured out. Because again, like I said, these next 4 races are gonna be crucial. We got 2 sprints, a lot of points to capitalize. We can't really have any really bad weekends because it's really gonna affect us in the long run. But that's all I got today's video, y'all. Thank you everybody who's been supporting this series. Thank you everybody that's been supporting this channel. I love you all for all the support you guys give me. You guys have been awesome. And like I said, got some more exciting news coming out. I'll probably put it in the community post, or I'll make a video about it. You guys will figure it out somewhere. But have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good rest of your weekend whenever you're watching this. And I will see y'all in Brazil.